here at URE Farm. Well, this morning I want you to see what Hurricane Ian did to our last corn that I had for the pigs. Knocked it over very much, but it's still usable, so that's not a problem. And we were very fortunate compared to other people. We just had little minor things like this happen here, so we're good. Today I want to take you along and show you how I'm getting ready for winter time, preparing the garden, protect it for winter. And also I want to show you 3 examples of how the way you manage your soil can really affect the quality of your soil. So this is going to be very interesting, so come along and let's get started. This is a small area here where I had peppers growing, and you can see that I have cleaned that out, and I have hoed a little bit to clear the ground for some cover crop seed. So I have sown my seed and it's starting to germinate. So this little area is ready for winter. And this is the fall garden, and you can see it looks very healthy. It's growing well. So if everything continues to go good, we'll have a lot of green food from this little fall garden. And next to it, I've got my strawberry plants that I started in the house in July, and they're creating runners. So soon I'll be ready to move some of those to another bed, and I'll make a video on that showing you how I prepare strawberry beds a little different than last year for strawberries next spring. This is another little area that I've cleared out and hoed a little bit and planted cover crop seed in. And I have a bed of turnips here, so that's good ground cover, plus we'll have some turnips to eat and some to feed the pigs if we want to. Now this is where I had my strawberry bed last spring, if you remember, and I've got the 3 raised beds here still, and I have a few blue sweet potatoes left there, so I've got to get the rest of those out. And then I don't have time to plant a cover crop here before I plant garlic. I plan to plant garlic here in November. So my intention is to smooth out these beds and then to bring in some manure, goat manure, and cover it, and then a layer of leaves, and then to plant my garlic. Now this little bed here where I had 2 plantings of corn this year has a good cover of clover, so that's going to protect the soil this winter here. Now this is the area where I had my Covington sweet potatoes, and I've gotten all those out, and I let the cows come into this little area and eat up the sweet potato vines. And then I did a little bit of hoeing here, and then planted cover crop seed here, and that's germinating now. So this bed should be ready for winter also. Now this is the last one where I have the last corn for the pigs, and got a few beans and peas and squash plants in here just to cover the soil. But when I'm finished with this one also, I will clean this out. Maybe let the cows come in and eat some of that. And then I plan to also plant cover crop here for the winter. Now I'm going to show you 3 examples of different ways that I have managed my soil, and I want to show you what a tremendous difference it made each way that I manage the soil, so that you can see that what you do to your gardens and your soil makes a tremendous difference. See how loose that soil is? No tilling, no building a raised bed. Nice potatoes. So this has been a wonderful trial here. Something great to learn. And particularly what I wanted you to notice was what good condition this soil is in after having a cover crop and not tilling it. So these are the blue sweet potatoes that I planted where I had strawberries last spring, so let's see what's under there now. Well, the first thing I noticed is that this soil is not nearly as nice as the soil where I had the other sweet potatoes, where I'd had a cover crop over the winter, and then I had planted sweet potatoes in no-till soil. Now, this soil is so solid it's even hard to get the potatoes out without breaking them up. So totally different from the no-till soil, and I want to emphasize that it makes a huge difference. You see how solid that is? I didn't have anything like that over in the other potato bed where it was all no-till and cover crop. Now I learned another very important lesson here as far as no-till and using woven ground cover. Just as I saw where I planted the blue sweet potatoes, this soil is in very poor condition. Last spring or late winter last year, I put woven ground cover over this area that was covered in grass because I was looking for more area to grow some pig feed in, and that was a way I could get started to get rid of the grass. So I did that. Then half of it, the half on the right side here, I took the ground cover off and I planted cushaws here for the pigs. I've harvested those now, taken out the vines, and you can see how poor the ground looks. It's solid, it's hard, it's just really in poor condition. So compared to areas where I had cover crops and then cut those down and then planted, the soil was just terrific. And this soil here is just very poor, and I will show you in just a minute how solid it really is. Hurricane Ian was also a little bit rough on our Jerusalem artichoke, but I think they'll be okay. I know some people like to cut these blooms off, and they say that makes the tubers grow better because all the energy goes to the tubers, but I like to see the blooms, so I left them on there. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.